here, it will show you from this window. Maybe the moisture can be collected here up till here, the quarter portion of the bowl, or maybe the half portion, or maybe the full. So that all depends upon the level of moisture that is coming from the compressor outlet, or maybe from the dryer outlet. But if there is a dryer, then I don't believe much moisture will be present. Whereas still after the dryer also certain amount of moisture is present in the pneumatic system, with which the filter element inside this filter chamber reduces. The filter element, I'll just show you, I'll open it for you. See this, I have opened the bowl for you. Now this is the bowl, and this is the filter element. You can see this yellowish part. This is the main component inside the FRL unit. This can be either in 5 micron degree of filtration, it can be 25 micron, or it can be 40 micron, or it can be 50 micron. That depends on the manufacturer. Now this particular FRL is from XCPC. XCPC is from China. So Ningbo, you must have heard about the city called Ningbo. This product is from Ningbo, China. This is a Chinese FRL. I even have got German FRLs and American FRLs of Parker, Legris from France. I got many. Basically, this same type of FRL Legris had been importing from Taiwan. So from Taiwan through Shako Pneumatics. So all these Chinese, Taiwanese, and the Asian people, they use this type of FRL unit, this design. Anyway, so this is the baffle unit of the filter element, and once the air enters this filter unit, it swirls like this, and then it moves on to the lubrication unit. So to clean this filter element, one needs to service the pneumatic FRL. So to clean this equipment, you need ordinary soap and water, no kerosene oil, no thinner, and no mineral oil to be used to clean the filter element of the pneumatic FRL. You can just prepare the soap water inside a bowl, and then you can just open up this baffle, unscrew it, and this filter element will then come out, and then you can just take this filter element and drop it in the bowl of the soap water and clean it. It is necessary to clean it after every 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, so that in order to enhance the life of the pneumatic FRL. So this is basically the filter element, which is playing the key role in reducing the content of moisture, the smaller particles of the moisture, whereas it does not control the oil particles from the compressor or the dryer. For the oil removal of the oil particles, there has to be a special filter known as the oil removal filter, which comes in 0.01 micron degree of filtration, and it is accompanied along with the 5 micron filter element. That is a separate way of reducing the oil content from the pneumatic system. So that I will talk to you about that later. Now we will further move to the inside of the lubricator. So this is the way to open and close the polycarbonate bowl. I just give it a quarter turn, pull it, and this is the way the bowl comes out. Simple, right? You can see. Now if I want to put it back, so I insert it, give it a quarter turn like this way, or wait a minute, I'll just do it for you. First we have to put it like this. This is the way to put it back. Just give it a quarter turn. Similarly for the lubricator, give it a quarter turn. This is the way to pull it. This you can see is the tube which I had been talking about. This tube is known as the suction tube. This tube sucks the oil which I will put in this bowl. This is the polycarbonate bowl. So as I was telling you, there is no need to use the thinner mineral oil or kerosene with this bowl in order to clean it. Just ordinary soap water will do the action for you. Now the other method, as I was telling you, is to just give a quarter turn and pull it, and then you will see the lubricator bowl come out. Here you can put the oil till my thumb, where my thumb is resting. Here only the quarter portion of the bowl, no need to put it up till half or maybe full, because what will happen is, then once the lubrication tube, once it sucks the oil, if you put the oil up till here, up till top, then this lubrication tube will choke. So we have to avoid the choking of the tube. So in that case we don't do that. So this is the pneumatic FRL, and as I was talking of the drain unit, you have to pull it like this with your thumb and index finger. You pull it little bit, turn it clockwise, then it will drain the moisture, and once you turn it anti-clockwise, it will rest to its normal position. So this is the pneumatic FRL which I am explaining you. This is the essential part of the pneumatic system. Whereas in the food and beverage industry, you do not need to have a lubricator. Only the filter regulator, that is only this section, has to be used. So the pneumatic FRL is being broken up in three parts, three phases you can say: filter, regulator, lubricator. All these units are separately also available. You can use the filter separately, the regulator separately, and the lubricator separately inside any pneumatic system. There is no need to just put the FRL unit. You can, as per your application or as per your suitability, you can use the filter, regulator and the lubricator separately also, and then you can join them, or you can take the joined unit itself like this, which I am showing you. This is the pneumatic FRL unit, and this I am showing you is the bracket. This is the mounting bracket to affix this FRL on the machine. This can be used here. These are the two mounting holes on which this bracket can be used in this fashion, like this, and these are the screws available, and or you can put it like this behind. So these two holes will now fix on the machine. So this is the way the FRL can be used and affixed in any of the machine. So if you have any doubts, questions, queries, any sort of queries, you can just ask me. So the FRL, as I told you, that once the inlet comes, the gauge shows the inlet pressure. Once you regulate it from the knob, turn it clockwise, it will increase the pressure. Anti-clockwise, it will decrease the pressure. Suppose you want to set it at 8 bar, then you regulate the pressure. Once the gauge goes up, needle goes up to 8 bar, the needle, once it goes up to 8 bar, you can just lock the regulator by pushing the knob of the regulator downwards, and then irrespective of any pressure fluctuations from the inlet port, the gauge will show 8 bar pressure, which will go in the pneumatic system through the lubricator, and irrespective of any pressure fluctuations, the pressure will remain intact. It will be 8 bar and no less. So I hope this is the complete explanation for the pneumatic FRL unit, and I believe my explanation was simple and easy for you to understand. Whereas if you have any other doubt, you may let me know. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye bye.